For those.
For those. At the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria's call obey, to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain, to serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. I will take the second stanza of the anthem that will serve as our opening prayer. O God of creation, direct our noble course, guide our leaders right, help our youth the truth to know, in love and honesty to grow, and leading just and true, great lofty heights attain, to build a nation where peace and justice reigns. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. May please resume your seats as I leave you in the hands of the MC to continue with proceedings. Thank you.
You should have just moved.
Thank you very much, sir. As I said before, that today being the 13th of March 2024, I'll be set aside for Narict Technology and Innovation Expo 2024. The distinguished ladies and gentlemen here present, might be permitted to read our vision to you. Our vision is to become a research institute of international review in the provision of R&D, that's research and development, in the conversion of indigenous raw materials into valuable chemicals. While our mission is to provide globally competitively environmentally friendly technology in the areas of chemicals, petrochemicals, biochemicals, fibers, polymer, and affluent monitoring and control of overall technological advantage of Nigeria. As I've introduced the dignitaries before us, ladies and gentlemen, please may I be permitted to introduce to you our able Director General briefly, because we have not to prolong the name of our Director General is Dr. Jeffrey T. Magnus. He is the Professor of Physical Chemistry. He has graduated so many students, that's from undergraduate to PhD level. And he has served in so many committees. And he has done a lot of things in our institute. And all the things that he has done have been written in this booklet, which will be given to you. They are welcome, sir.
Welcome, and black.
Invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, let me to recognize the presence of the representative of the Director General of LOTA, the National Office for Technology Acquisition and Promotion. The DG is represented by Mrs. Ada Ola Duke. We are honored to have you, ma'am. Thank you. Let me also add that in our introduction of the Supervising Director of Chemical Technology, MEJ Basi, we are proud and most honored to inform you that Mr. MEJ Basi henceforth is PhD. Thank you.
Why is not moving?
We also recognize the presence of Ali Medoki from the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. Sir, could you stand up for recognition, please? From the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir. We have Alhaji Awolu Isa from Kano State Institute of Science, Technology and Innovation. Can you stand up, sir, for recognition? Thank you, sir. We have Professor E.E. Omu from Rivers State University of Science and Technology. We are honored to have your presence here, sir. We also have Mr. Nixon Oshikena. Mr. Nixon was a member of the immediate past Board of Governors of the National Research Institute for Chemical Technology, Zaria.
Director General, so CEO of the National Research Institute for Chemical Technology. I would like to introduce to you members of
this
the
one like
committee
this.
of directors present here. Because they've done a lot in our institute, in backing up our DG. But all the human work that our DG have done is also to their own consent. If they did not give you consent, the work would have gone smoothly. Please let me talk about Dr. James Maraz. Dr. James Maraz is also an engineer. He's the director of research, head, pilot labs and publication department of Narict. Dr. Maraz, please can you stand up for recognition?
When our guy is talking,
Around the fact
welcome address. You just put welcome
also want to
address.
recognize the director of administration and social. He was told not to come here because of the model work that DG gave to him to say he had to take out the institute. He wanted to come, but because of the social given to him, he was not able to be here. He's not no other than that. Dr. A.A. That you please stand up for him as special.
Current slide.
I also want to recognize the chairman of this organizing committee, also the head of consultancy and production. He's no other person
And
than
pick the other one. You cancel the
Dr.
presentation.
One is the head consultancy and production department. Please.
One presentation goes on. It remains until you
I also want to recognize
the
Dr.
page
V.
remain
Otibo.
open.
Dr. V. Otibo is the head industrial and environmental pollution department.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Victor, please can you stand up for your presentation? Wherever you are. Also want to recognize Dr. S.A. Ibrahim. Dr. S.A. Ibrahim is the head scientific and industrial department. Where are you, please, sir? Please stand up for your presentation. Take a part for him, please. We also want to recognize Mrs. A.D. Adawa. Mrs. A.D. Adawa is the head of planning and policy analysis department. Ma'am, please can you rise up for your recognition? We also want to recognize Dr. Z.M. Salisu. Dr. Z.M. Salisu is the head textile department. Sir, please rise up for your recognition, please. Another purpose for him. We also want to recognize Ms. M.A. Ode. Ms. M.A. Ode is the head finance and account department. Ma'am, please can you rise up for your recognition? Another purpose
If
for
you
her.
run now, if you run this one now, it will open presentation page.
I want to also recognize Dr. Dr. Sexandan is the director of research and head of
When you want to
Chemicals
open
and
another
Analysis Department.
presentation,
So please, whenever you have, please close up
close the
your
former one.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for time, I wish to invite our humble Director General, Professor Jeffrey T. Baninas, for his lead presentation. Thank you.
Current
Ladies
slide.
and gentlemen, please let us recognize our helpful DG, Director General. All other than that, Professor Jeffrey T. Baninas, to the Professor of Physical Chemistry, to the big round of applause for him.
For those who just joined on our YouTube channel,
Thank you.
this is the welcome address from the DG. Excuse.
I'll run this quickly because the permanent secretary and the minister that is with us, they are very busy, and I know that very soon they will be leaving us to attend to other important assignments. The Honorable Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology.
You are blocking the screen. Madam,
Our minister that just surprised me from Sierra Leone, sir, I recognize you here. And I want to stand with a loud voice to recognize a powerful woman that I know recently, an energetic woman that I know recently, our able permanent secretary. Ma, I stand to recognize your presence here. We are honored, we are humbled by your presence here. I know that we don't have the time. Our permanent secretary, minister, and other dignitaries, I want you to permit me to ride on the existing protocol so that I'll say a few things and allow my permanent secretary and others to make their remarks, because we have to change our program a little bit. Permanent secretary, minister, and other dignitaries. The Expo, the SDI, the Innovation and Technology Expo that we have, that is ongoing. And we know that we have a very big title, and the title is STI, providing STI solution to national economic challenges. And for us in Narict to do justice to this particular topic, we also have our own topic, a sub-theme that will help us to understand the kind of solution that we're going to, or solutions that we're going to provide through innovations in chemical technology. And our sub-theme is investment opportunities, a sure path for economic growth and revitalization through innovative chemical technology. I want to say quickly here, since we're talking about solutions, I want to paint a little picture here, the reason why we brought out such a topic. And the picture is this. There is an importation problem that we're facing in this country. And that has to do with the importation of chemicals into this country. In 2017, this nation imported up to 905 billion naira importing chemicals and chemical products. In 2018, it increased to 990 million naira. It went on to increase up to 2019, and the value that we have here is 1.939 trillion naira. 1.39 trillion naira. In 2020, the nation imported chemicals and chemical products up to the tune of 2.68 trillion naira. That is huge, and it's taking a toll in our foreign currency. What is it that we need to do to conserve our foreign reserve? What is it that we need to do so that this importation, we can reduce it? And over a long period of time, we can stop importation of some critical chemicals and chemical products in this country. And the only way we can do it is through chemical technology. And chemical technology is the bedrock of any viral chemical industry in any part of this world. Any nation that is employing or is applying the principle, the ideas, the innovations in chemical technology, they are the nations that we have known today in this world that they are leading us. They are doing well, their nationals are doing well. We have seen them, even right now, we see that even in the 4.0 industry, they are leading, and it is because of this. Chemical technology is very, very central. And through it, we can see that a number of chemicals are being produced globally. We produce more than 6,000 chemicals globally. And these 6,000 chemicals can serve as intermediates, is for production lines. They can serve as raw materials, is for production lines. They can be used in so many industries. In fact, the chemicals that are produced worldwide, they can serve so many industries. And that's why we say the chemical technology is very central, and chemical industries are highly technical as well. And it is because of that, in 1988, the nation, Nigeria, had a need to develop a strategy to underpin the importance of this chemical technology through some policies, and also work out an approach for economic growth of this nation. And that is why the National Research Institute for Chemical Technology was established in 1988, even though we started as a leather research institute way back in the 70s. And it was later, the mandate was expanded to include chemical technology. Having said this, we now have an institute whose mandate is to look at the various raw materials that we have in this country. And these raw materials, we can convert them to get useful, valuable chemicals. We can convert them into fiber products. We can convert them into polymers and many other products that we can have. But let me put this to you so that we can understand what we're dealing with here. How can we have phosphate rock in Sokoto and we're looking at it? What are we doing with that? And that's why for us as an institute, we have found a way of utilizing the phosphate rock in Sokoto instead of going to Morocco to import phosphate rock that we can use in our fertilizer production. How can we have lime or sodium carbonate or calcium carbonate that we have in this country, and they're lying low, and we're just using just a little component of it. And that's why for us as an institute, we have found a way of adding value to that. And I know later we can speak well about that. How can we have potash? High deposit of it in Yobe, in Borno, and then we're not doing anything about it. We're just using them maybe for cooking or some other domestic work. Can we add value to this deposit so that we can even export? We can export out of it, or we can use that in formulating some useful product for our country. How can we in this country sit down and see that we have seed oils that are available? There are many plants in this country that have seed oils. Some are edible, some are non-edible. We can still convert them to useful products. We are going to show to you how this can be done. How can we also have some plant materials like fiber that are there lying low? We eat our banana or we throw this time, and the fiber is very, very useful. Can we convert them to useful products? Yes, and that's what we're doing in this institute. We can convert them to kidney bags. We can process them into valuable products that can serve as an export commodity. There are many raw materials that I mentioned, but because of lack of time, I will not still talk about them here. Even if it's the critical minerals that we have, uranium, thorium, and many others. In my state, Adamawa State, I brought a sample of sand and we used it to produce a catalyst. That catalyst, we are now using it to produce a very important chemical in this country. We can produce methanol from it, and that will give us an idea how we can contribute to the methanol economy. We can also use that to produce biofuels. And let me tell you this sand that we have, just a little part of it has what is called thorium. In the developed countries, there's no turbine that is working in the developed countries where they are not using thorium to run their turbine. But we have that. And what are we doing with that? I think it's about time for us as a nation, the giant of Africa, to rise through innovations in chemical technology so that what we have, we process them and we get value, we add value to them. Let us not be like Niger, where they have uranium, and then at the end of the day, the French were benefiting from that. Not until the military junta came and pursued them, and we can now see that the economy of Niger is appreciated because they have now taken control of the use of uranium that we have. Permanent Secretary, we have so many critical minerals in this country that we can use to do the same thing. Even just close to being Gombe State, we have uranium. Can we beneficiate them? Can we convert them? Can we use them? We can do that. Let me just use it, leave it here. I'm just saying this so that we cannot see an opportunity for investment in chemical technology. We have our partner here that are with us, Dr. Kisley is here. He's our international partner on investment. We are working with him so that some of the products that we have, some of the technologies that we have, they can bring investors, stakeholders, so that we can work with them, and through the necessary arrangement of government, we can see how we can. Permanent Secretary, Minister, and others, let me just give you a summary of where our investment opportunities are. Number one, sorry, I have my lieutenants here where in the future this young boy and the young girl that we have here, they are going to take over from us. We brought them from our academy so that they see what we're doing, so that they can also interface, check what other agencies are doing, so that when they go back as scientists, as young as they are, they can now also begin to see how they can contribute in terms of STEM. Our young men and our young girls, that's them with a beautiful smile. We are carrying them along with us. Now, the investment opportunities that I'm talking about. Permanent Secretary, we have a unique product that nobody in this country is producing that. And that is mineral organic fertilizer. Permanent Secretary must have heard that when people export our yam, they say that our yam used to spoil. They say our yam has some other qualities that they don't need. The reason is that where we are planting our yam, the soil is so polluted. If you analyze them, you see residual chemicals in them. There's no investor that is taking a product like that and will go to China and it will sell. It will not sell. The only solution to that, instead of using chemical fertilizer, we use organic fertilizer. Once you use that in your soil is preserved, your soil is not degraded, your soil will not contain those components, chemical components, that will not be a negative issue when it is analyzed by the international partners and they want to buy our product. So, organic fertilizer is good for yam, it's good for potato, it's good for sorghum, and so many others. We have done a test using that. So our technology in producing 100 tons per day. We have the plant in the Zaria, and it is our idea that it is our wish that if we have the necessary funding throughout the 6 geopolitical zones where we have our outstations and entrepreneurship centers, we should have this plant so that we can produce fertilizers for our farmers, it will boost agriculture, and it will provide food security in our nation. The other one that we have, and we show expertise, we are working on fiber, and we are using polyester in producing board. Narict is the only institute in Nigeria. If you like, it is added that Narict is an industry producing board. It is the only one producing board in Nigeria and producing board in Africa. In our stand, we have displayed some of them, and they are of high quality, and they have satisfied FIFA requirements. And we are working on that so that the batch process that we're using, because right now we're using batch process, they're teaching, you see women, you see youth, they're teaching. We don't capacity building in that. Many of our youth are coming to Zaria now to cut their fiber, and they're producing their balls, and they're making little money for that. But we can increase it. We can automate it so that we can produce more, even for FIFA. Family sector. We can do that. Recently, I charged the Board Technology Production Unit to start producing basketball. I want to say, with a loud voice again, and as an Adama crazy on our institute, that we can raise our head and say we can produce. This is football. This is football. Please tell them to bring basketball so that our investors will see that. Bring the basketball and the other balls. So we can produce that. We can produce basketball. We're working with Basketball Federation. We're working with them daily to see how we can improve on the quality of what we have. It's an aspect of an opportunity